initial, nothing more. I read it standing in my coat, still wearing the outside that I'd brought in through the door. 3 words can do a thing that sentences can't manage. 3 words can hold what paragraphs give up. I stood there in my coat and read it twice and set it down beside the morning cup. What do you do with something small that's everything? What do you do with 3 words and a name? You fold it in your pocket for the day and carry it until the evening came. I took it with me to the ordinary places, the bus, the desk, the lunch, the bus again, and unfolded it at intervals of needing to read the 3 words and the name again. What do you do with something small that's everything? What do you do with 3 words and a name? I have it somewhere still, in something somewhere. The paper soft from all the foldings claim. I don't remember now the exact wording, which says something about the years and time, but I remember how it felt to read it, and that the 3 words and the name were mine. I always arrived at things a little after. The party would be warm when I came in, and everyone had found their conversations, and I would look for where to begin. You were always there before me, which I noticed, and had a drink already and a place. And you would see me searching at the entrance and move to make a space within the space. Do you know what it means to be the space maker? Do you know what it means to be seen first among the warm and found and mid-conversational, to be the one who quenches the arriving thirst? I never told you that I looked for you when I came through the door of any room. It would have changed the looking and the finding, and some things live better in the not-said gloom. Do you know what it means to be the space maker? Do you know what it means to be seen first? I still look for you entering every party, among the warm and found and mid-conversational burst. The parties come and go and I arrive. A little laughter and I find my space. And sometimes someone sees me at the entrance, but nobody has ever held your place. We drove with no particular destination. The map unfolded once and then put away. You chose the music and I chose the turnings, and between the two of us we found the day. Opinions of its own that morning, a left that led to somewhere worth the left, and we followed without asking where it ended, and arrived at something neither of us had left. Some days the best thing is the not deciding. Some days the best thing is to let the road take the weight of where you think you're going, and arrive somewhere you didn't know you owed. Place with plastic chairs outside, and had whatever they were making then, and watched the road go past without us briefly, before we joined it going somewhere again. Some days the best thing is the not deciding. Some days the best thing is to let the road, I take that drive again without a second thought, and let the road decide the full episode. Destination was a town we'd never heard of, that turned out to have nothing much to show, and we drove home through the evening very happy that we had gone somewhere we didn't know. person through and through. The colors and the cooling and the light. The way October asked for nothing extra, just the existing in the amber light. I was always summer and we argued mildly and with pleasure on the point. And you would say the summer is too obvious, and I would say October's out of joint. But you converted me by the third autumn, the particular quality of the gold, the way the world strips back to its essential before the winter comes and does the cold. I walk through autumn differently because of you. I slow down at the turning of the leaves and feel the particular October amber that you taught me how to feel among the trees. I walk through autumn differently because of you. I slow down at the turning of the leaves, and somewhere in the cooling of the season I find you in the gold among the eaves. You're somewhere in your favorite season now, I hope, watching the October do its thing. And I am in my converted autumn walking, grateful for the autumn you could bring. The first winter was the falling kind. Everything was possible and cold, and we walked through it like people who don't feel it, because the new kept out the winter's hold. The second winter had a different texture. The warmth was earned and known and broken in, and we moved through it like people who have settled into something past the origin. There's a difference in the winters of a love. The first one is the weather of beginning. The second one is where you find the house inside the other person and the winning. We didn't get to the third, which would have been the one where winter was just winter again, just cold and dark and something to be managed before the spring came round to start the wind. There's a difference in the winters of a love. The first one is the weather of beginning. I live in winters now without the second, and miss the house inside, the others winning. The same as it has always, and I still walk through it and feel the chill. But 2 winters was the length of what we had, and 2 winters worth of warmth is with me still. We always knew the summer had a limit, a date we both had marked and didn't say. And so we spent it with a certain brightness that borrowed summers have in their display. You'd cook on evenings that deserve the cooking, and I'd find wine for evenings that deserved. And we moved through the weeks like people knowing that knowing can be beautiful if observed. The ones who know the ending of the season, the ones who count the warmth before the cold, are living in a way the open-ended have never quite been given or been told. We didn't grieve the limit while we had it. We used the knowing as a kind of sharpening of everything we did, and said and noticed a borrowed summer clarifying. The ones who know the ending of the season, the ones who count the warmth before the cold, I've tried to live that way in all the summers since the borrowed one we had and hold. The date arrived the way that dates arrive, without drama and without relief. And we were ready, which is the best you get from knowing your way into the grief. Between the loving and the learning how to live, without the loving there's a country of its own, where the maps from before no longer work, haven't printed or been shown. I live there longer than I thought I would, in the in-between with its particular gray. Not sad enough to name and not yet fine, just somewhere on the road to the okay. And in that country I did ordinary things. I learned to cook the things I'd let you cook. I learned the routes you'd always navigated, and how to be the one who does the book. I learned the country by the learning of it, one unremarkable Tuesday at a time. And somewhere in the learning I arrived at somewhere that was genuinely mine. I learned the country by the learning of it, one unremarkable Tuesday at a time. The in-between years made me who I needed to be for whatever came after the climb. I don't regret the country or the staying. I needed all the time the gray required, and came out of it knowing things about myself that only the in-between years had acquired. I've gotten good at table for one. The particular arrangement of the solo meal, the book propped up the glass within reach, the practiced ease of the one-person deal. I notice things at restaurants now that coupled people haven't time to see. The waiter's particular tired and the kitchen's, the table by the window and the tree. There's a freedom in the table for one that people with their people rarely find. The freedom of your own particular order, and know where you have to be on someone's time. I don't say this to make it sound better than it is. Some evenings it is less than it appears, and watching people leave in pairs at closing can bring a particular kind of years. There's a freedom in the table for one that people with their people rarely find. The freedom of your own particular order, and know where you have to be on someone's time. I don't say this to make it sound better than it is. Some evenings it is less than it appears, and watching people leave in pairs at closing can bring a particular kind of years. There's a freedom in the table people with their people rarely find. But if you came back and asked to share the table, I'd fold my book and set the freedom aside. Without a second thought, without a hesitation, I'd move the glass and make the proper space, and order what you always used to order, and be completely glad to share my place. I recognized you from across the platform. Not your face because your back was turned, but the particular way you held your shoulder, the specific posture years had earned. I didn't call across, I wasn't certain, and the train arrived before I could decide. And you got on a different set of carriages, and we went to different places side by side. The body knows what the mind takes longer with. Body recognized before the thinking did. The shoulder and the posture and the standing said everything the platform almost hid. I stood on the platform after my train left and wondered if the shoulder had been yours, and whether you'd have turned if I had called it, and whether there were still the same two doors. The body knows what the mind takes longer with. The body recognized before the thinking did. I take that platform now with more attention and look for shoulders in the way you hid yours, or someone with your way of standing. The platform has a lot of backs to read, and I have gotten very good at shoulders, which is its own particular kind of need. You take your coffee black without exception and hold the cup with one hand only, always, and blow across the top before you drink it. A ritual unchanged through all our hallways. I take mine with the milk and hold it different. Two hands the way my mother taught me to. And we would sit across from one another each in our own particular way of view. The small details of a person in the morning, before the day has asked them to perform, are the truest details you will ever gather, the most unguarded and the most confirmed. I learned you cup by cup across the mornings, the one hand in the black and the across the top, and gave you in return my two hands and my milk, and all the small detail that doesn't stop. The small details of a person in the morning, before the day has asked them to perform. I make my coffee, two hands now alone, and sometimes hold it one hand for the form of being briefly you across the morning, of wearing for a moment what you wore. The one hand in the black without exception is still the detail I am fondest for. The year after is when you learn the inventory of all the things you didn't know were shared, the holidays you didn't know were yours together, the seasons that you hadn't known you'd paired. The first Christmas is a kind of education in everything the two of you had made, the particular arrangements that were only possible because both of you had stayed. I found you in the January stillness, the February rain, the March beginning, the April that we used to spend together, and all the months that kept on month continuing. By December I had been through all the seasons, once without you, which is what it takes to understand the full extent of what was and what the going leaves behind it makes. By December I had been through all the seasons, once without you, which is what it takes. I came out of the year knowing the measure of everything, the having and the ache. The second year is easier, they tell you, and easier is true, but different too. The second year you're living your own life now, and only some of it is still about you. particular domain. The papers and the cooking and the nowhere special. And I've tried to make them mine, but they remain slightly yours in the arrangement of them. The way a room stays shaped by someone's chair. I move through Sunday with your blueprint under my own attempts and find you still in there. Love doesn't end it, just changes what it's doing. It moves from the daily to the occasional, from the particular to the atmospheric, from the essential to the notational. I find you in the Sunday and the cooking, and in the papers and the afternoon light, and in the comfortable way of doing nothing that you made the art of getting right. Love doesn't end it, just changes what it's doing. It moves from the daily to the occasional. I'm still learning Sunday from your lessons, still finding you in the unconditional. The Sunday afternoon is mine now mostly. I've made it into something of my own, but there's a blueprint underneath the surface that says I learned this from a Sunday known. You left a note beside the morning kettle, 3 words in your initial, nothing more. I read it standing in my coat, still wearing the outside that I'd brought in through the door. 3 words can do a thing that sentences can't manage. 3 words can hold what paragraphs give up. I stood there in my coat and read it twice, and set it down beside the morning cup. What do you do with something small that's everything? What do you do with 3 words and a name? You fold it in your pocket for the day and carry it until the evening came. I took it with me to the ordinary places, the bus, the desk, the lunch, the bus again, and unfolded it at intervals of needing to read the 3 words and the name again. What do you do with something small that's everything? What do you do with 3 words and a name? I have it somewhere still, in something somewhere. The paper's soft from all the foldings clean. I don't remember now the exact wording, which says something about the years and time. But I remember how it felt to read it, and that the 3 words and the name were mine. I always arrived at things a little after. The party would be warm when I came in, and everyone had found their conversations, and I would look for where to begin. You were always there before me, which I noticed, and had a drink already and a place. And you would see me searching at the entrance, and move to make a space within the space. Do you know what it means to be the space maker? Do you know what it means to be seen first among the warm and found and mid-conversational, to be the one who quenches the arriving thirst? I never told you that I looked for you when I came through the door of any room. It would have changed the looking and the finding, and some things live better in the not said gloom. Do you know what it means to be the space maker? Do you know what it means to be seen first? I still look for you entering every party among the warm and found and mid-conversational burst. The parties come and go, and I arrive a little after, and I find my space. And sometimes someone sees me at the entrance, but nobody has ever held your place. drove with no particular destination. The map unfolded once and then put away. You chose the music and I chose the turnings, and between the two of us we found the day. The road had opinions of its own that morning, a left that led to somewhere worth the left, and we followed without asking where it ended, and arrived at something neither of us had left. Some days the best thing is the not deciding. Some days the best thing is to let the road take the weight of where you think you're going, and arrive somewhere you didn't know you owed. We stopped at a place with plastic chairs outside and had whatever they were making then, and watched the road go past without us briefly, before we joined it going somewhere again. Some days the best thing is the not deciding. Some days the best thing is to let the road, I take that drive again without a second thought, and let the road decide the full episode. The destination was a town we'd never heard of, that turned out to have nothing much to show, and we drove home through the evening very happy that we had gone somewhere we didn't know. You were an autumn person through and through. The colors and the cooling and the light, the way October asked for nothing extra, just the existing in the amber light. I was always summer and we argued mildly and with pleasure on the point, and you would say the summer is too obvious, and I would say October's out of joint. But you converted me by the third autumn, the particular quality of the gold, the way the world strips back to its essential before the winter comes and does the cold. I walk through autumn differently because of you. I slow down at the turning of the leaves and feel the particular October amber that you taught me how to feel among the trees. I walk through autumn differently because of you. I slow down at the turning of the leaves, and somewhere in the cooling of the season I find you in the gold among the eaves. You're somewhere in your favorite season now, I hope, watching the October do its thing. And I am in my converted autumn walking, grateful for the autumn you could bring. First winter was the falling kind. Everything was possible and cold, and we walked through it like people who don't feel it, because the new kept out the winter's hold. The second winter had a different texture. The warmth was earned and known and broken in, and we moved through it like people who have settled into something past the origin. There's a difference in the winters of a love. The first one is the weather of beginning. The second one is where you find the house inside the other person and the winning. We didn't get to the third, which would have been the one where winter was just winter again, just cold and dark, and something to be managed before the spring came round to start the wind. There's a difference in the winters of a love. The first one is the weather of beginning. I live in winters now without the second, and miss the house inside, the others winning. Still comes the same as it has always, and I still walk through it and feel the chill. But 2 winters was the length of what we had, and 2 winters worth of warmth is with me still. a date we both had marked and didn't say. And so we spent it with a certain brightness that borrowed summers have in their display. You'd cook on evenings that deserve the cooking, and I'd find wine for evenings that deserved. And we moved through the weeks like people knowing that knowing can be beautiful if observed. The ones who know the ending of the season, the ones who count the warmth before the cold, are living in a way the open-ended have never quite been given or been told. We didn't grieve the limit while we had it. We used the knowing as a kind of sharpening of everything we did, and said and noticed a borrowed summer clarifying. The ones who know the ending of the season, the ones who count the warmth before the cold. I've tried to live that way in all the summers since the borrowed one we had and hold. The date arrived the way that dates arrive, without drama and without relief. And we were ready, which is the best you get from knowing your way into the grief. Between the loving and the learning how to live, without the loving there's a country of its own, where the maps from before no longer work, and the new ones haven't printed or been shown. I lived there longer than I thought I would, in the in-between with its particular gray. Not sad enough to name and not yet fine, just somewhere on the road to the okay. And in that country I did ordinary things. I learned to cook the things I'd let you cook. I learned the routes you'd always navigated, and how to be the one who does the book. I learned the country by the learning of it, one unremarkable Tuesday at a time. And somewhere in the learning I arrived at somewhere that was genuinely mine. this day at a time. The in-between years made me who I needed to be for whatever came after the climb. I don't regret the country or the staying. I needed all the time the gray required, and came out of it knowing things about myself that only the in-between years had acquired. I've gotten good at table for one. The particular arrangement of the solo meal, the book propped up the glass within reach, the practiced ease of the one-person deal. I notice things at restaurants now that coupled people haven't time to see. The waiter's particular tired and the kitchen's, the table by the window and the tree. There's a freedom in the table for one that people with their people rarely find. The freedom of your own particular order, and know where you have to be on someone's time. I don't say this to make it sound better than it is. Some evenings it is less than it appears, and watching people leave in pairs at closing can bring a particular kind of years. There's a freedom in the table for one that people with their people rarely find. But if you came back and asked to share the table, I'd fold my book and set the freedom aside without a second thought, without a hesitation. I'd move the glass and make the proper space, and order what you always used to order, and be completely glad to share my place. I recognized you from across the platform, not your face because your back was turned, but the particular way you held your shoulder, the specific posture years had earned. I didn't call across, I wasn't certain and the train arrived before I could decide. And you got on a different set of carriages, and we went to different places side by side. The body knows what the mind takes longer with. The body recognized before the thinking did. The shoulder and the posture and the standing said everything the platform almost hid. I stood on the platform after my train left and wondered if the shoulder had been yours, and whether you'd have turned if I had called it, and whether there were still the same two doors. The body knows what the mind takes longer with. The body recognized before the thinking did. I take that platform now with more attention and look for shoulders in the way you hid yours, or someone with your way of standing. The platform has a lot of backs to read, and I have gotten very good at shoulders, which is its own particular kind of need. You take your coffee black without exception and hold the cup with one hand only, always, and blow across the top before you drink it. A ritual unchanged through all our hallways. I take mine with the milk and hold it different. Two hands the way my mother taught me to. And we would sit across from one another, each in our own particular way of view. The small details of a person before the day has asked them to perform are the truest details you will ever gather, the most unguarded and the most confirmed. I learned you cup by cup across the mornings, the one hand in the black and the across the top, and gave you in return my two hands and my milk, and all the small detail that doesn't stop. The small details of a person in the morning before the day has asked them to perform. I make my coffee, two hands now alone, and sometimes hold it one hand for the form of being briefly you across the morning, of wearing for a moment what you wore. The one hand in the black without exception is still the detail I am fondest for. The year after is when you learn the inventory of all the things you didn't know were shared, the holidays you didn't know were yours together, the seasons that you hadn't known you'd paired. The first Christmas is a kind of education in everything the two of you had made, the particular arrangements that were only possible because both of you had stayed. I found you in the January stillness, the February rain, the March beginning, the April that we used to spend together, and all the months that kept on month continuing. By December I had been through all the seasons, once without you, which is what it takes to understand the full extent of what was and what the going leaves behind it makes. By December I had been through all the seasons, once without you, which is what it takes. I came out of the year knowing the measure of everything, the having and the ache. The second year is easier, they tell you, and easier is true, but different too. The second year you're living your own life now, and only some of it is still about you. I'm still learning what to do with Sunday afternoons. They were your invention and your particular domain. The papers and the cooking and the nowhere special. And I've tried to make them mine, but they remain slightly yours in the arrangement of them, the way a room stays shaped by someone's chair. I move through Sunday with your blueprint under my own attempts and find you still in there. Love doesn't end it, just changes what it's doing. It moves from the daily to the occasional, from the particular to the atmospheric, from the essential to the notational. I find you in the Sunday and the cooking, and in the papers and the afternoon light, and in the comfortable way of doing nothing, wind, it moves from the daily to the occasional. I'm still learning Sunday from your lessons, still finding you in the unconditional. The Sunday afternoon is mine now mostly. I've made it into something of my own, but there's a blueprint underneath the surface that says I learned this from a Sunday known.